If you've been following my channel, you'll likely recognize my work table, or at least the top of it. It's featured in most of my videos. Initially, the table was covered in a wild oak brown self-adhesive wallpaper, which I switched to this Sheffield gray pearl oak about a year ago. But after intensive use, especially with my mouse wearing down one area, it's time for a refresh. This time, I've chosen a beautiful Nordic elm self-adhesive wallpaper to give the table a fresh look. I'll show you how to refurbish your table using self-adhesive wallpaper with tips to ensure a smooth, bubble-free finish. Before applying the new wallpaper, it's essential to thoroughly clean the table. I start by wiping it down with disinfectant wipes to remove dirt and grease. If this is your first time applying wallpaper, sand any bumps or fill in holes for a smooth surface. Also, make sure to clean off any dust before starting. Once the surface is clean, I dry it with a paper towel. Ensuring the surface is completely dry is critical for proper adhesion. I ordered my wallpaper online, which arrived well packed in a cardboard tube. The roll is 90 centimeters by 2.1 meters, perfect to fully cover my table. After unpacking it, I aligned the wood pattern with the length of the table and measured it to cover the top edges, and also to stick a little under the table, leaving extra room for error. Then I flipped it, and I cut it following the trim guide printed on the back. I turned it again and measured the width of the table, leaving a generous margin. Then I flipped it again, and I cut using the trim guide on the back. Now for the fun and a bit nerve-wracking part, applying the wallpaper. I start by peeling back about 20-30 centimeters of the paper backing. It's crucial to stick the first part straight, as it will guide the rest of the application. If needed, you can peel and re-stick a corner until you get it right. The adhesive doesn't set immediately, so take your time. It's easier with narrower wallpapers, but a wider wallpaper like this one might be a little challenging in the beginning, and you might not get it right from the first try. The goal now is to stick it to the table without any wrinkles, even if you get a few air bubbles. Once I'm happy with the alignment, I continue peeling the backing and smoothing the wallpaper onto the table, using both my hands and a smoothing tool. Make sure to push the wallpaper down slowly, smoothing out air bubbles as you go. Continue until you remove all the paper backing. Even with careful application, air bubbles can still happen. Don't worry. Use your smoothing tool and work in the opposite direction of the wood print to push bubbles toward the edges. Small bubbles can be fixed later, so focus on eliminating the larger ones for now. If the surface is smooth and doesn't have any wrinkles, we can continue to glue the edges. Next, I trim the corners diagonally with a snap blade knife and press the wallpaper down around the table's edges, overlapping slightly the other edge. I'm cutting off any excess vinyl. Repeat for the other corner. After cutting off any excess vinyl, I smooth the wallpaper underneath the table. I don't care much if the edge is not straight under the table, so I didn't struggle much with this part. But you can try to cut a straighter line for this part if the back of the table matters much to you. Now for the other edge, I cut the excess vinyl and then stick the vinyl on the side, then under the table. I continue like this until I stick all of the edges. Inspect the surface for any remaining small air bubbles. You can easily remove these by pricking them with a sewing needle and gently pressing the air out with your fingers. Now, my table looks refreshed and ready for another year of heavy use. Self-adhesive wallpaper is a fantastic way to breathe new life into your furniture. Whether it's a table, nightstand, or cabinet, this DIY method is budget-friendly and easy to do. Plus, you can easily change it up whenever you're ready for a new look. I hope you found this video helpful or inspiring for your future projects. Don't forget to hit like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to get our latest handmade and homemade news.